Good morning everybody, how are you doing? On today's video I want to address some of the more common complaints about the Honda Trail 125. I would keep this over my Harley if they were sitting right next to each other. Somebody said, which one do you want to keep? I'm pointing at this one, keeping this one. Absolutely love this bike. All right, so let's go find a hill and climb it, a paved one anyways, and I will demonstrate how much power this bike has for climbing hills. It's not terrible, but an alternative, something that you could do to kind of remedy the slow climbing problem is to swap out the front sprocket on this motorcycle. It's a pretty common modification a lot of people do. I think it's a 14-tooth sprocket, and if you drop it down to a 13-tooth sprocket, it gives it quite a bit more oomph and guts for climbing hills. So let's go find a hill and I shall demonstrate. And let's go. You can watch. I hope that Garmin GPS speedometer is visible for you guys. Like I said, this is a super steep hill and the bike is already struggling. Let's see if we can at least hit the speed limit. I don't have it twisted, the throttle twisted all the way, so I'm not, you know, completely trying to wring it out going up this hill. We shifted down into third, and that's where this bike really starts to struggle. It's not at full throttle, but we're at 26 miles an hour. Now, I want to emphasize exactly how steep this hill is, because it is very steep. So we're only holding 26, 27 miles an hour. If I give it more throttle, its climbing speed, 28, back down to 27. So as you can see, yeah, the bike does struggle on hills. Okay, so now let me show you how this bike performs going up a hill in town with traffic. Speed limit on this road is 35. So it's going to accelerate up to 35. 36, 37. We're in fourth gear going up this hill. Let's see how it holds the speed. Not at full throttle. We're at 39 miles per hour indicated, 38 GPS. Going up somewhat of a steep hill in town. Fourth gear, holding half throttle, 37 miles an hour. Drop down to 36, down to 35, back up to 36, down to 35. Giving it more gas, 36 miles an hour, and then it climbs to 37. So as you can see, this motorcycle, it's not terrible as far as holding speed in traffic. It's actually not bad at all. The seat. People complain about the seat, which I can kind of understand. It's not the most comfortable thing that I've ever sat on, but there are alternatives out there. You can buy a seat from Corbin. They're pretty expensive. They're like $500, but you know, they're well worth it. I used to have one on my little Kawasaki Z125 and it was amazing. You can also go on Amazon or eBay and find other seats that are cheaper, about $125, $150, that are supposedly better than these seats. The reason why I have never got one of those seats off Amazon or eBay is because they look quite a bit thinner than the factory seat. But here's what I'm thinking. If I get one of those other seats that are actually thinner, and then I'll put like an air cushion on top of it, and it'll bring me right back up to about the factory height. And I really like the height of this seat from the factory because it's very comfortable for me to come to a stop and put my feet down. One thing that I really do like about this seat is the shape of it, despite how firm it can be, or how firm it can feel on longer rides. What's really nice about it is when you come to a stop and put your feet down, the seat being shaped kind of like a piece of pizza, it really works really well when you come to a stop and put your legs down, and it doesn't dig into your inner thighs and hurt. This is my complaint. I haven't heard too many people mention anything about it, but if you can see down here where the foot peg position is, it's kind of right where my feet and my legs naturally want to go to every time I come to a stop. They're just right in the middle of exactly where I want to put my legs. So that's kind of annoying. Maybe that doesn't bother you all that much. Maybe you're taller or shorter and your feet come down in different positions and things, but it's right there. So I've kind of had to get used to sticking my feet in front of where they naturally want to be when I come to a stop. Here's another steep hill. This one's even steeper than the last one. See if it can gain speed going up this hill. 13, 15. I mean, it'll do it. It'll pick up speed. Just kind of keep the revs up there a little bit and you'll be all right. And then let's talk about these hand grips. The hand grips on the bike. I'll put a picture of them up right now. They are very, very uncomfortable. I don't know who it is at the Honda factory or the design team that authorized the use of these particular hand grips, but they are god awfully horrible. They have like this kind of a square grid pattern to them, and they're made out of hard rubber, and they really kind of rip into your skin, even with gloves on, with the padding on the palm of the gloves. You can still feel them. Speaking of gloves, I'm going to miss these. These are my most favorite pair of gloves, and well, they're getting to the point where I have to replace them. I already have another pair just like them that are brand new that I bought a few years ago, anticipating these are going to wear out eventually one day. I mean, these have lasted me, what, 6 or 7 years? But they're so extremely comfortable. Anyways, the hand grips. A solution to the uncomfortable hand grips is either just replacing them completely, or you can put on some of these foam grip covers like I bought. I prefer to put these things on here because, number one, I really like the way that they feel. They make the grip a little bit bigger, more than 7/8 of an inch, which is your standard hand grip size. I really like the way that they feel. The benefit of these things is you can kind of roll on the throttle and just kind of relax your hand, and it'll stay in the palm of your hand and just feels really good. So my next complaint about this bike is I wasn't completely expecting to be able to do this on this motorcycle, but it's very hard to stand up and ride this bike if you're a tall person. It can be done, you can do it, but it's not very comfortable. You kind of feel like you're gonna fall over the handlebars if you do it, if you're a tall person. You shorter people probably won't have a problem with it, so I wouldn't worry about it if you're short. I guess the solution to not being able to stand up and ride on this bike is you can obviously buy some bar risers. Maybe you can even, do something with the foot pegs to shorten them down a little bit. There's probably options out there. I haven't looked into raising the bars myself. I'm just dealing with it. It's like, well, I can't stand up and ride, big deal. It is what it is. But look into getting some bar rises to probably help with the ergonomics when you're standing up on this bike riding it. All right, the next complaint is one that a lot of people have about this bike, and that is the heel shifter. If you're not extremely familiar with this bike and you haven't done a whole lot of research on it, this motorcycle comes with a semi-automatic transmission, meaning that there is no hand clutch on this bike, but you still shift gears. You shift gears with your left foot, just like with the traditional motorcycles, so you have a shifter on the front that you can operate with the bottom of your foot or the toe. And it also has a heel shifter that you can operate, obviously, with your heel, just like what a lot of big Harley Davidsons come with. Honda's been doing this for a very, very long time, putting a heel shifter on the bike ever since the Honda Cub, which is like the world's most popular, most sold motorcycle ever made. But that's a big complaint about people have about this motorcycle is the heel shifter. Not necessarily its function, but its placement. A lot of people say that they can't stand up and ride. Speaking of standing and ride, can't stand up and ride on this bike because their heel basically rests on the shifter, and it's difficult for them to find a comfortable position for their foot to be in while they're riding this bike. And I can kind of understand that, because on a typical motorcycle you have quite a bit of room to move your feet around to position your feet while you're riding. But this one, it's a little more limited. Even with the right foot, when you put your foot into a comfortable position, it's kind of resting on the rear brake. Or if you shift your foot to the back so that the ball of your foot is on the peg, and then you're kind of touching the kickstarter. And some people accidentally engage the kickstarter while they're riding. So that's just one thing you kind of either have to get used to or just work around it. The right hand side, as far as like the kickstarter getting in the way, well, you can remove the kickstarter and just loosen the bolt and pull it off the shaft and maybe stick it in a backpack or in a storage box or something, and then put it back on when you need it. So that's not a big deal. On the left side with the shift side, the heel shifter, some guys like to cut them off. They'll cut them off completely. I'm not going to do that to mine because honestly I've gotten used to it. But that's an alternative way of dealing with the heel shifter. Either just get used to it or get rid of it completely. It's a weird bike, guys. It's in a class all its own, I think. I'm trying to think, is there anything like it? No, can't think of nothing. The only thing that would be pretty much like it with different body panels is the Honda Super Cub. But it looks like a scooter, not meant to go off-road. Got the same size wheels, same engine. Yeah, the Super Cub. That's pretty much the only other thing out there right now. I know Yamaha makes something that's similar to this. I can't remember the name of it. They come out with the last couple of years, but it's not available in the U.S. market. I think you have to live in Asia, Philippines, somewhere over there to get one. But I can't think of anything that's like this bike. It's kind of it's all in its own class. It's a dual sport. It's a motorcycle. It's a scooter. It's a whatever, whatever it is. It's awesome. I know that much. It's an awesome bike. Anyways, that's the video. I just wanted to address a few of the common complaints about the Honda Trail 125 and offer some alternative solutions to those complaints. If you're thinking about buying one of these motorcycles, but you're on the fence because you read some things about it, don't worry about it. It's a tiny little 125cc motorcycle, scooter, dual sporty thingy. And yes, it's slow going up hills. It's very slow going up some hills. But in most cases, most hills in town, they're not super steep. You'll be able to keep up and do the speed limit. So don't worry about it. If you're going off-road with this thing, you want to climb some hills that are super steep, get something else. This is not going to rock your world when you're trying to climb hills going off-road. So invest in a different motorcycle. But if you want something that's tiny, lightweight, easy to handle, and extremely fun, and something you'll absolutely just fall in love with, buy this bike. Just accept the fact that it's slow. It can't go up hills very quick. So other than that, go out and buy one of these things. I bought one myself, and I absolutely love this thing. I love it, love it, love it, love it more than several other bikes that I've owned. Like my Harley. I love that bike too, but I would keep this over my Harley. If they were sitting right next to each other, somebody said, which one do you want to keep? I'm pointing at this one, keeping this one. Absolutely love this bike. So don't hesitate, go out and buy one, just accept it for what it is. Anyways, everybody, thanks for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. Remember to hit that thumbs up, because I keep forgetting to ask people to give me a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and share the video. So anyways, ride safe, have a good day, and we will see you on the next one.